Hey everyone, Robby here with MLD, and in the next few weeks we're going to be making a lot of cool videos and other things to enjoy while you're on quarantine. So I just want to give a little introduction to some things I want to be talking about, and one of the topics I want to discuss is flamenco guitar, which is one of my little side hobbies. Probably should have planned something, but you get the idea. So in flamenco we have a handful of techniques that we don't use in other types of guitar, and I mean a whole handful. Okay, so I want to basically do a little rundown of what are the most essential flamenco things, and I'm just going off the cuff here. So yeah, so anyway, so basically in flamenco you have a lot of right-handed techniques. Now in classical guitar we have regular, what we call arpeggios, where we're picking out one string at a time. Great. Classical guitar we also have our Picado technique, although it's slightly different for flamenco. It kind of looks like a bass player. Now that's really hard to get consistent and fast. That's why picks are way easier. However, it sounds really cool and it's a lot of fun when you can get it. Okay, we have those. Now, maybe the most identifiable flamenco thing we do is called a Rasgueado. And in particular, this one, the abanico, which means fan, and it looks like I'm fanning. So I'm going to hold down an A chord and you'll see you can do fast triplets. And so Gypsy Kings do that a lot, and you'll see, Rodrigo y Gabriela do that. So that's the triplet one. Then we have the 16th note one. We also can do it with a thumb anchored. So I can do triplets and 16th notes like that too. That's a huge part. Another thing totally unique to flamenco is the golpe. Now golpe means hit. Now you can't see it, but I have a clear plastic golpeador, or pick guard, on there. So I can pick, or I can, use my guitar as a drum. And I can do that in conjunction with other techniques. Here's like a basic rumba pattern. So I'm doing a golpe here, and I hit up here. Now Gypsy Kings would do it like this. So that's a hit. Down here's like my bass drum. Up here's my snare. That's pretty flamenco. Now, I think finally we're going to get to one of my favorite, alza pua, and that means jumping plectrum. And essentially a plectrum is the real name for a guitar pick, or a pick in general. And this kind of thing comes from Middle Eastern instruments, the oud in particular. So anyway, there's a really good example of this technique, so it's going to be all on the thumb. That's a Paco de Lucia song. Here's another Paco lick. Like I said, very off the cuff. I don't have any plan. So alza pua, really fun. So we had, one more, the flamenco tremolo. God, it's almost 5 minutes. Okay, so in classical music, you might hear something like this. Excuse me. And that's great. That's 1 E and 2 E and but in flamenco, we're gonna do quintuplets. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me do a rack draw. discovering I need to cut my thumbnail right now. Excuses. Anyway, I think that's about it. One more thing I want to show you guys, and that is the dominant 7 chord with a flat 9, but we're going to play that 9 before we hit the 3rd. So if you know what that means, great. If not, here's an E chord. I kick that finger out, and that's the basis of the flamenco resolution. Now I can put my pinky down here to actually make it a 7 flat 9 chord, and that's very. And then I can if I do it from the 2nd fret, if I have my open strings, it becomes a sus chord. It's even cooler. Now I kick that. Pretty cool, right? Besides that, it's just regular major and minor chords. Oh, there is one more. The add 9 thing's huge. So I can take a minor chord and just kick my pinky out. It's beautiful. And same thing, it's harder to do with a major chord. You might see people play an E chord like this. So that's just your little teaser for today. We're going to be going into each of these techniques specifically in the days to come, but just to get you thinking about some of the cool things you can do on a guitar that have nothing to do with American music. I mean, so much of what we do is based in rock and blues and jazz and these forms of music that are that kind of percolated in America, and there's some cool stuff from all around the world. So I hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned to the channel for more cool content like this in the days to come. Feel free to leave a comment if you want me to explain something, a topic, or explain something from the video, and share these with your friends. You know, we're trying to make sure you guys have some cool stuff to do during this interesting time. So thanks, and enjoy. Stay safe.